Did this film really need a sequel? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're a fan of horror movies, consider dropping me a follow for regular horror content posts. So my name's Ellie and I'm on night 9 of my 100 Nights of Horror challenge journey, and I finally got out to the cinema to watch the sequel to Ready or Not. So I'm going to be rating the movie by the plot, the visuals, the fear factor and the overall enjoyability. So let's get into it. So the film picks up immediately after the events of the first film, which is something I actually really enjoyed, because I think if they dragged it out too long, it would have made it less believable. And basically, Grace is taken into hospital. She's handcuffed up. The police want to talk to her because obviously she's covered in blood that isn't her own. They're going to think that she's murdered a bunch of people. And then suddenly her sister shows up, Faith. A sister that was not mentioned at all in the first film, but her sister nonetheless. So this film is basically a direct copy of the first film, except it's now on a bigger scale, a global scale, and there are 6 families trying to hunt Grace down. She's triggered a clause because she survived the hide and seek game in the first film. So these 6 families are all trying to compete for this ring, the ring of power, that Mr. LaBelle will give to them if they manage to kill Grace. So whichever family killed Grace would get the ring of power. Honestly, I'm going to have to rate the plot a 2 out of 5 for this film because it was just a copy of the first film and I don't think the sequel was necessary. It was good and it did work. That's why I'm giving it a 2, because I did enjoy it and they made it work, but I just don't think it was necessary. So for visuals, for me, it was pretty bang average. It was more gory than the first film. And there were some pretty interesting kills, including one with a washing machine. I won't spoil that because that was quite cool. But for me, it was just pretty bang average. I like the golf course setting. They gave it kind of a fun twist, a bit different to the first film. So yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 for visuals. It was pretty bang average. The kills were realistic. Pretty good. For fear factor, I'm going to rate this one a 2 out of 5. For me, because it was so similar to the first film, I just didn't find it as scary. It was turned into more of an action sort of comedy. Don't get me wrong, it definitely still was horror, but there was a lot more, especially with the introduction of Faith, a lot more comedic elements to it, and I just didn't find it that scary. So for overall enjoyability, I'm going to rate this movie a 3 out of 5. As I said, it was fun, it worked, it made sense, but I just don't think it was necessary, and I think it would have been better as a standalone film. I think that's what made it so terrifying, the first film, because it was so different, and I just think this kind of ruined the scariness for me, giving this film a total score of 2.5 stars out of 5.